Yo, Rambo Nation! What is up? Your boy is back with some straight fire news that just dropped from the rumor mill, and trust me, you are not gonna like what our division rivals are cooking up out in the desert. We are talking about a massive threat that could tear our defense to shreds next season if this goes down. Before we dive into this absolute bomb, do me a huge favor. Smash that subscribe button right now and hit those notifications so you never miss any Los Angeles Rams news. Let's build this dynasty together, Rambo style. Jeremiah Love is the name on everyone's lips right now, and the Arizona Cardinals are reportedly head over heels for this Notre Dame superstar running back. Look, it is officially draft season, and the buzz in Woodland Hills is getting crazy loud because Todd McShay just dropped a massive truth bomb. The Cardinals are sitting at pick number 3, and while everyone thought they might go for an offensive tackle, the word on the street is that there is a powerful voice inside that building screaming for them to grab Jeremiah Love instead. We are talking about a kid who absolutely dominated last season, racking up over 1,300 yards on the ground and 18 touchdowns in just 12 games. That is pure insanity, folks. But here is the real kicker that should have every Rams fan looking over their shoulder. The guy pushing for this move is none other than Mike LaFleur, the current Cardinals coach who used to be our very own offensive coordinator. He knows our schemes, he knows our weaknesses, and he knows exactly how to use a weapon like this to break our hearts. This ain't just some random draft talk. It is a calculated strike aimed right at the soul of our defense. Imagine a player who averaged nearly 7 yards per carry coming at us twice a year. The Cardinals are looking to move back in the draft just to position themselves to land this specific game changer, and the rumors are basically confirmed at this point. Love also added almost 300 yards in the passing game, meaning he is a true dual-threat nightmare that fits perfectly into that Shanahan-style system LaFleur is running out there. If this happens, our defensive coordinator Chris Shula is going to have his hands full trying to contain a guy that LaFleur knows how to coach better than anyone. The concern is very real, and it is growing by the minute because the clock is ticking toward April, and the Cardinals seem locked in on this specific target. But wait until you hear why this specific fit is even more dangerous than you think, because there is a history here that makes this situation absolutely terrifying for our boys in blue and gold. James Conner is the powerhouse currently holding things down in Arizona, but the addition of a speedster like Love would create a legendary backfield duo that spells trouble for LA. See, Mike LaFleur has been watching how the Rams struggle against shifty, explosive backs for years. He was right there in the building when we saw guys like Saquon Barkley or Bijan Robinson find those tiny gaps in our front line and explode for massive gains. LaFleur understands that while James Conner provides that veteran grit and power rushing attack to soften up our defensive line, he needs that lightning to go with the thunder. James Conner has been a thorn in our side before, but he is a different type of beast. The Shanahan run blocking scheme that LaFleur brought from his time with us, and Raheem Morris is designed to create wide lanes for backs who have that elite vision and second-gear speed. James Conner has been the workhorse, but the intellectual side of LaFleur's brain is telling him that to truly reach those high offensive expectations and take down the Rams, he needs a game changer who can exploit the specific zones Chris Shula likes to run. We have seen Kenneth Walker III prove this point over and over again. When you pair a guy like James Conner with a shifty prospect, it puts our linebackers in a blender. LaFleur knows our defensive scheme inside and out because he worked side by side with Shula for 2 years. He knows the influence Raheem Morris has on our current setup, because he has known Raheem for over a decade. This isn't just about drafting a good player. It is about Mike LaFleur using his inside knowledge of the Rams' defensive philosophy to pick the one player who counters everything we do best. James Conner is the present, but the Cardinals owner Michael Bidwill is looking at the future, and LaFleur is whispering in his ear that Jeremiah Love is the key to finally getting the upper hand in the NFC West. It is a chess match, and right now, the Cardinals are trying to put us in check before the draft even starts. The history of our defense shows a vulnerability to this exact profile of player. The numbers don't lie, and they are screaming a warning right at us because the stats from Jeremiah Love's last season are purely elite. We are talking about 199 carries for 1,372 yards, which is an incredible 6.9 yards per touch on the ground. Add in those 18 rushing touchdowns and you have a scoring machine. But check this out, the receiving stats are what should really scare you. Love had 280 receiving yards and 3 scores through the air. When you look at how the Rams' defense has performed against dual-threat backs, the data reveals a pattern. We traditionally allow a higher completion percentage to backs coming out of the backfield when we are focused on stopping the power run. Now, let's look at the scenarios for draft day. Scenario 1 is the Cardinals stay at 3, which is unlikely for a running back, but if they trade back into the mid-first round like the rumors suggest, they are in the prime spot to snag him. Scenario 2 is someone else jumps ahead of them, which would be a huge win for us. But if LaFleur gets his way, he will have James Conner, Tyler Algier, and Jeremiah Love in a rotation that keeps our defense on the field until they gasp for air. Think about the fresh legs! If Love is hitting the hole in the fourth quarter after James Conner has spent 3 quarters bruising our defensive tackles, the scenario becomes a nightmare. Our defensive coordinator Chris Shula would be forced to play more nickel or dime packages to account for Love's speed, but then the Cardinals just switch back to the power game. It is a lose-lose situation for our front 7. The probability of Arizona trading back is high because they need more picks, and Love is the perfect target for a team that wants to maximize value while hurting a division rival. If the Cardinals land this kid, the projected stats for their run game could jump by 20% next season. We have to hope that some other team falls in love with Love first, or that the Cardinals decide to fix their offensive line instead. But with LaFleur's voice being so powerful in that building, the odds are tilting toward a very dangerous draft night for Los Angeles. The data shows that shifty backs are our kryptonite, and Love is the ultimate version of that threat. Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. This rumor is making my stomach turn because it makes too much sense. Mike LaFleur is a genius when it comes to finding the right fit for his scheme, and Jeremiah Love is literally the prototype for what he wants to do. If I'm sitting in the Rams' front office right now, I am sweating. We know our defense is transitioning, and while we have faith in Shula, going up against a coach who knows your every move and now has the perfect weapon to execute against you is terrifying. This is dynasty building stuff for the Cardinals and a potential dynasty killer for our defensive momentum. We cannot afford to let a rival get this kind of tactical advantage. My inside take is that the Cardinals are playing this perfectly, pretending to want to tackle just to bait someone into a trade so they can grab the real prize. Love isn't just another rookie. He is a tactical nuke aimed at the NFC West standings. If this kid lands in Phoenix, we are going to have to completely rethink how we gap fill against the Cardinals. It is a bold move, maybe even aggressive, but that is the NFL for you. We need to be prepared for the worst-case scenario because the LaFleur connection is just too deep to ignore. It's a scary thought for our secondary and our linebackers who are already going to be under immense pressure next year. So what do you think, Rambo Nation? Are you as worried as I am about Jeremiah Love landing in Arizona, or do you think our defense can handle whatever LaFleur throws at us? Could James Conner and Love really be the duo that gives us the most trouble in 2026? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments right now. Don't hold back. Let me know if you think this is a real threat or just draft season smoke and mirrors. This community is the heart of the Rams, and your voice matters. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay ahead of every single move the Rams make this offseason, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a massive thumbs up, and turn on those notifications. We are on the road to another ring, and I want all of you with me for every single step of the way. Thanks for watching. Stay loud, stay proud, and as always, whose house? Rams house. See you in the next one.